Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Rafi Hilmi bin Alias. I would like to present my final year project on design and fabrication of oil filtration box for waste cooking oil. Thanks to my panels, Professor Madir IR, Dr. Muhammad Rizal bin Al-Kahari and Dr. Mufaiz Reza bin Ramli. I would like to thanks also to my supervisor to guide me, Dr. Muhammad Hafizal bin Muhammad Hanafi. Okay, we will go to problem statement in using reused cooking oil without filter. The oil will become dirty and rancid. Also, it will become lose moisture and the carbonized food particle loose. Using reused cooking oil also make the leftover cooking oil tends to break down chemically. It also causing the oil to foam and smell awful. Next, the objective of this uh, research is to design and fabricate the prototype of filter box to understand the concept of filtration box for waste cooking oil. Okay, next one is product benchmark. This product benchmark was patented by Robin D. Bernal. The title cooking the title is Cooking Oil Filtration Device Having Locking Means and Peripheral Channels Means. For this design, I use this design for reference in CAD software. Next is job scope. There are mainly four job scope that I have been done. Number one is make the model for the filtration box of waste cooking oil designed by using CAD software. The CAD software that I have been used is SolidWorks. Number two is build circuit with Arduino Uno R3 to support the pump and the water temperature sensor. Build a code to ensure the circuit work by using programming software Arduino IDE. Make an assembly of prototype project. Okay, next one is methodology. There are seven methodology that have been covered. Number one is benchmarking. Number two is product design specification (PDS). Number three is quality function deployment (QFD). Number four is house of quality. Number five is ID creation. Number six is model assessment, and lastly detail design. From the figure from the right, we can see the flow chart of this project, starting with the objective and scope. Next is literature review. Next one is concept design. After the concept design, we will proceed to evaluation concept design. If the evaluation complete without problem, we will proceed to detail design and fabrication. After the fabrication of the product, we will proceed to coding functionality of the Arduino circuit box. If the product did if the coding did not respond perfectly, we will make a new coding. But if the coding is perfect, we will proceed to the discussion. Okay, next one is product design specification (PDS). In this PDS, I have covered four type of PDS. There is number one is performance, number two is size, number three is material, number four is safety. For the house of quality, there are 8 requirements for the customer. Number one is reliability of product. Number two is time of the product to complete a job. Number three is 1 year filter lifetime. Number four is aesthetic design. Number five is serviceability. Number six is durability. Number seven is price. And lastly is the effectiveness of the waste cooking oil filtration box. Next is morphological chart. In this chart, there are a variety of requirements in development of the cooking oil filtration box. There are mainly four type of requirement. Sorry, there are several type of requirement that have been proposed. Number one is number of filter, number 2 is material of filter, number 3 is pipe or drainage pipe, number 4 is oil tank, number 5 is immersion heater, number 6 is screen hook, and lastly is type of filter. From the figure, there are in above is a number of filter, while at the bottom is the immersion heater. Next is concept design. There are four concept design that have been proposed. This concept design are create to create a concept design that contain all criteria in the morphological chart. All model create have their respectiveness of advantage and disadvantage. Concept screening and concept scoring are the concept to screen the concept design to choose the best design. These are the design selection for the project. Concept design 3 is the best concept design for the cooking oil filtration box. Concept 3 design is very promising, reliable, and has more benefit. Next is detailed design. In this detailed design, we will cover the cooking oil filtration box was created by combination of components to ensure the filter box work properly. This technique represents the draft design of the industrial cooking oil filtration box. This oil tank is one of the drawing part in the cooking oil filtration box, waste cooking oil filtration box. The size of the tank is 500 mm in height and 730 mm in length, with a thickness of 10 mm. The oil tank is the oil tank is made from stainless steel that is proved safe by FDA, Food Drug Administration from US. Uh, they use for the oil tank. They have maximum capacity of 4 liter. This oil tank also include with handle, oil cover, and tire. Next is pump. Okay, for the pump we use MK2 pump with 25 watt pump. It powered by 240 volt with AC current. For the fabrication purpose in this project, the pump that have been used is 12 volt DC diaphragm pump. Okay, next one is filter box. The filter box was custom made by stainless steel. The filter box also proved to be safe to use in the food and beverage industry. The medium for the filter box is paper oil filter and membrane cell that made from fine turmeric. Uh, this membrane cell was mm, researched by was made research in the literature review. Okay, next one is trolley tire. This trolley tire have a 5-inch diameter. It can withstand a heavy load oil tank. Next one is drainage pipe. For the drainage pipe, we use half-inch diameter and 800 mm in length. The pipe is galvanized pipe or GI. GI pipe was approved by FDA to safely use in food industry. Next one is electronic unit. This electronic unit important to make sure the pump work properly. There are 5 components in the electronic unit in the pump unit. Number 1 is battery, number 2 is Arduino Uno, number 3 is relay module, number 4 is MOSFET, and lastly is pump. For the Arduino Uno, we use Arduino Uno R3 with 20 digital input or output pins. And the pump, as you can see, this 12 volt diaphragm DC pump. Okay, next one is temperature unit. Temperature unit also include in the electronic unit, but from the electronic unit, the process is only for the pump. For the temperature unit, uh, the use of temperature unit is to uh, show the temperature have been uh, arrived at 50 degrees Celsius. The temperature unit use DS18B20, that is waterproof temperature sensor, LCD I2C, and lastly emission heater. For LCD I2C in this project, it use four pins, so it can easily be used to display the temperature of the oil. Okay, this is prototype fabrication. Okay, for the sake of this prototype, the medium of the hot is cooking oil was replaced by water because the prototype mainly purpose for the display how the project work. Okay, there are, as you can see from this figure, there are two filter 1 and filter 2. Filter 1 the first process to filter out the molecular level of particle in the water, not molecular particle, maybe some like dust particle. Uh, so when it arrive at the filter 1, it will after the water drop, it will be heated by water immersion. From the flow of water immersion, it will go to filter 2 and lastly go to the last department below the electronic unit. The pump is the pump was applied to this project to make sure the circulation of water to ensure the purity of water can be achieved. The drainage pipe functioning by flush out the product of the waste cooking oil. As you can see, there are two valves. Okay, next one is filter one. This filter was made by as many hole that can that made from drill machine. This is filter two. Okay, this is LCD I2C. It shows the temperature of product mainly at 31.87 degrees Celsius. Okay, this one is in the electronic unit, an oil cover. Okay, this is the circuit diagram from the the electronic unit. As you can see, there are waterproof temperature sensor, motor, LCD I2C, and Arduino Uno. For the waterproof temperature sensor, it only uses 3.3 volt, while the pump it use signal of relay module. This is powered by 12 volt battery. For the LCD I2C, it powered by 5.5 volt. Okay, these are the program from Arduino IDE. As you can see, there are three two components that have been covered from this program. Number one is Dallas temperature, and number two is liquid crystal. Okay, Dallas temperature is a waterproof temperature sensor. It was wired that the data was wired in 11. As you can see, wire bus 11. If the circuit is disconnect, it will give the display for liquid crystal I2C negative 120 degrees 27 degrees Celsius. For the pump, as you can see, from the reading of the pump, if the temperature reading is increased to 32 degrees Celsius, the pump will be low, while sorry, there are an error in this program. Actually, for the pump, if the temperature increase to 32 degrees Celsius, the pump will be high. Digital right, pump 1 will be high. And if the digital reading on temperature sensor is below 31 degrees Celsius, is digital pump right in pump 1 will be low. So the process will be cycled until the purity of water is uh, collected, is achieved. Okay. For the conclusion of this prototype, the goal to design and fabricate the waste cooking oil filter box prototype was done, and this prototype can give the actual image of how will the filtration box work. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.